Hey guys, welcome to the Vanity Mirror. Today I wanted to do another celeb inspired me look, and I am doing this look right here, this hair, these eyes, these lips, all inspired, and my glow, all inspired by Demi Lovato in her music video for Sorry Not Sorry. I just love the look she had in the hot tub. Now it's not perfect, it's completely inspired by. I am not her makeup artist. So with that in mind, let's jump right in to this Demi Lovato inspired look. Okay guys, let's get started. I'm going to start with the hair. I'm going to do Demi Lovato's hair in the video when she's in the hot tub. It's a lot easier if you have really thick, really curly hair, but it can be done with any type of hair. You just might take a little bit longer for you. So for me, I'm going to do just a couple simple steps. First, I'm going to put my hair up in a ponytail, and she has some hair down here. So just kind of like tug at some of the hair. And then her ponytail is like thick and curly and big. So I'm just gonna tease some of it. And this is what you would do no matter what. If you have thick, curly, straight, any type of hair, you're just gonna tease it. So what you're gonna do is take up a section, take a fine tooth comb, and like tease it. So you just kind of like run the comb down the strands like that. I mean, you can just do it on the top layer if you already have like really thick hair like mine. It'll give that illusion of really poofy just on the outside. I mean, her hair is not super frizzy, but sorry, I don't have perfect hair. Sorry about it.
Sorry.
So that's gonna be good for me. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Since I have to have my hair up to do makeup anyway, that is enough for me. So why don't we jump into the makeup? I'm gonna use the NYX Angel Veil Primer to prime my skin. Oh, that moment when you realize you have a zit coming up. My skin looks horrendous today. It makes you not want to film. If everybody on YouTube has perfect, flawless skin, how are they ever going to be relatable? That's what I say. I'm going to mix this Temptu Liquid Glow from BoxyCharm and my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. I'm in the shade Y245. I'm mixing these because her skin is really glowy in that video. I mean, like super glory, nope, super glowy. And so we're gonna be doing that and a very pretty highlighter. Okay, and I'm gonna put a little bit of the Temptu Glow on my hand. I find that you have to find a good balance, because if I put too much, you can really tell, and if I don't put enough, you can't tell there's anything there. So I put about this much on my hand, and I'm gonna do a full pump of my foundation plus just a tiny bit more. I'm gonna mix up the end of a brush. I'm gonna use this foundation brush from WS, which I think is Wet Seal. Use whatever foundation brush you think is best. I'm gonna just dip it in there and I'm gonna start applying it to my skin. Okay, I feel like that brush stole some of my foundation. I need a little bit more, so I'm gonna take a little bit more of the glowy stuff. Almost another full pump of this. And I think I'm actually gonna move to my Real Techniques beauty sponge for the rest of this. So we're actually gonna wait on doing concealer or anything, or setting the face. You will see why. I'm just gonna tuck those back because they're driving me nuts. So we're gonna jump into the eyes now, and I'm going to use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in the shade Eden to prime my eyes. Right, and if you've seen a few of my tutorials, you know that I like to set my eyes with a shade of eyeshadow that's close to my skin color, and I'm going to use Naked from the original Naked palette to set my eyes. I'm going to use this Sephora blending brush to do that. Okay, I just feel like it gives it a really good base. So this look, I will warn you guys, this look is not super easy. It's kind of hard to achieve. I'm not even perfect at it, but it's really cool. If you've seen the like promo posters for her video, I love it. So I'm gonna be using the Morphe 35OM palette today to achieve the look I'm looking for. We're gonna start with this shade right here as a transition shade, and that is gonna be going all over the crease, and don't be afraid to bring it over quite a bit. This look is going to look a little sloppy for a little while until you'll see. Make sure you have, by the way, I forgot to mention this, make sure you have some Q-tips nearby. We're gonna need them. And start working that into your crease. I'm using a big fluffy blending brush from Scone. And go ahead and take it down to the outer V as well. You're gonna notice me not being very shy about bringing it pretty far over, and you will see why. Once we're done with that color, we're going to move on to a little bit of a darker color now, and we're gonna go into this color right here that's in the middle. And we're gonna make that a little bit more precise in the crease, bringing it down to the outer V, and I will show you, demonstrate what I do. Concentrate it in the crease, light touch, bring it down to the outer V, and then flick. Did you see what I did there? Okay, so bring it down to the outer V and flick. Just flick up that way. That's gonna give us the start of that flick look that she has on her eyes, and we are gonna help it along a little bit. Can you see that starting right there? So what we're gonna do next is really get that flick going. So we're gonna go one color over to this really dark chocolatey brown color that's right here, and we're gonna dip a nice precise brush, but not like a total like line. Take a little bit on just like one edge of it and start the corner of your eye like you would do a wing liner, but flick it like pretty far up. So we're gonna take it like this and flick like that. Doesn't need to be all the way to your hairline, but like that. And then go ahead and start like smudging that down to the outer V. And right now, it looks kind of messy. It's going to look good. Like I said, keep your Q-tips nearby. And start smudging it down to the outer V. Okay, so it looks a little crazy right now, but I promise you we're gonna clean it up and it's gonna look really nice. So take a small little blending brush, take a little bit more of that dark color that we just used to do the flick, concentrate that on the outer V, dragging it into the crease, and then starting to like fill in, going up like this. Concentrating a lot on the outer V area. Just definitely be blending as you go. Go back to a lighter color if you need to and blend out the edges. Once you're happy with the pigmentation, now we're gonna go use into a Q-tip and we're going to really clean this up and make it look like her flick. This might not be what her makeup artist did, but this is how I am achieving that flick that she has to her eyeshadow. So I'm gonna use a little bit of makeup remover. I know we have foundation on, so you're welcome to use concealer if you want. I'm going to put a little bit of makeup remover on the end of a Q-tip, so I'm just gonna dunk it in there like that. And I'm gonna use it to clean up the edge. Like, it's a pretty straight line that she has, so I'm gonna use this to really clean up that edge right there. Give it a straight line here, like going to the flick, like that. Just like that. And we're gonna do the other side as well. You're gonna have harsh edges on this look, and that's okay. That's literally what she has. And once we're done with that, we're gonna go onto the lid. And for that, she has shimmer on, and I'm gonna try to stick to just the minimal amount of palettes for you guys. So I'm just gonna dip the rest into the Naked palette from Urban Decay. We're gonna dip into the color Sidecar. That's right here. A shimmery kind of milk chocolate brown, and we're gonna put that all over the like inner 2/3 of the lid. I'm actually gonna use my finger to start, and I'll use the shader brush to patch it up. Touch up. And then I'm gonna use that shader brush just to touch up a little bit. Okay, so once we're done with that, we're gonna go back to the face and we'll get back to the eyes in a little bit. Let's go into concealer. I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape in the color Light Sand, mixed with the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer in the shade Glow. So I'm gonna start with my under eyes. And be careful to avoid your flick. Blend this out and stay below the flick. I like to set my under eye right away to prevent creasing as much as I can. I'm going to use the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder. You can use whatever under eye setting powder you like to use, and I'm going to use this Real Techniques setting brush. So I'm going to use a little, just a dab here, kind of going down the nose, a little bit on the cupid's bow, and the chin. I don't use very much of this because a little bit goes a long way. We're going to set the face now, again being so careful not to mess up that flick. I'm going to use the original Mineral Veil from Bare Minerals. I would recommend a really light setting powder because you don't want your face to get too matte. We're going to go into bronzer. If you look at her picture, she definitely has some good contoured bronzer going on. Right there. I'm going to use Bahama Mama, and you really want to carve out those cheekbones. I am going to get a little bit of a darker bronzer for myself, but use whatever color works best for you to really carve out your cheekbones. I'm now using this the darkest shade in this e.l.f. bronzer palette that's right here in the corner. There we go, that's really starting to come together now. I'm liking how that looks. And she has a little bronzed up on her forehead. Again, careful to avoid your flick. I'm going to say it a million times because if you mess that up, it's going to suck. I don't really see much blush going on for her, so I'm going to use a really subtle blush. I'm going to use Romantic Rose from Milani. We're just going to go ahead and do that right above where the bronzer was. And now we're going to do highlighter. So I'm going to use the Luna highlighter in the color Calypso. This highlighter, it has this glow to it that really reminds me of the glow on Demi's skin in the music video and on those posters. We're going to be pretty generous with this glow. So I'm going to use this tapered highlighter brush from Luxie. And I'm going to be pretty generous with it, like all over right here. Careful to avoid the flick. Down the nose, all over the forehead. Glow, glow, glowy, glowy, all day glowy. And start
going to town.
So glowy, and I love this highlighter because it's not sparkly. You know, you could even put bronzer right where that butt chin is supposed to be to get that signature beautiful Demi chin if you wanted to. I'm starting to feel the Demi vibes. I'm loving this right now. We're gonna go back to the eyes now. She doesn't have a ton going on the lower lash line. She has an inner corner highlight, and it looks like she has maybe some gold eyeshadow right along the outer corner there. I'm gonna dip into Sin and highlight the inner corner, and I'm gonna bring it and kind of drag it down to like the inner third of the lower lash line. I'm going to use a brush that's really similar to that paddle end of the brush, and I'm going to go into Half Baked just on the edge of that brush, and I'm going to drag that along the lower lash line on like the outer 2/3. She has a bit of a highlight going on her brow bone, so we're actually going to use the highlighter we've been using all over the face because it just looks really similar to what she has all over her face. So we're just going to use that and carve that out right there. So it's kind of hard to copy someone's eyebrows exactly, especially if you have a pretty defined shape, but she actually does have them pretty bold, pretty dark, and she doesn't really like bring them down at all. They pretty much do stop. Like she doesn't extend them at all. Oh, by the way, I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Brunette. She has it relatively squared off in the beginning, and also something I noticed is she doesn't have them super sparse, you know, lighter and then darker in the front, like is kind of the in thing right now. So we're gonna make sure to stay pretty bold here at the front too. I'm not gonna put on falsies for this. I'm just gonna use a mascara that I know gives me like a nice like va boom, and that is the Smashbox X-Rated mascara. I have a little mini here. I'm going to curl my lashes first and then apply the mascara to give them as much like dramatic look as I can. Apply mascara or some natural looking falsies. Make sure you put some mascara on your lower lashes as well. She definitely has some on. when I look at her lips, I see kind of a brownish purple, but not super dark, just and they're glossy. So I played around with my lipsticks a little bit, and the only combination I could find that looked as similar as I could get to hers was a very specific combination. So you might have to look at the picture and see what in your lipstick collection will work for you. What I'm going to do is take BH Cosmetics Samantha, and I'm going to go over top of it with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Rome, topped with the Ultra Glossy Lip in Aquarius from ColourPop. That was the closest thing I could find. Here's Samantha. To set my face, I'm going to use Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Well, you guys, there you have it. This Demi Lovato Sorry Not Sorry inspired hair and makeup. The hair was a quick part because I'm not usually a big hair person, but I figured, you know, it's a ponytail, fluffed up, that's the general idea. And here in the makeup look is purely inspired by what I saw in the music video and what I saw in the promotion posters. I really hope you enjoyed my second installment of my celeb inspired look. Check out my last one. It was Selena Gomez's Bad Liar. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe by hitting the tempting red button that's right down there below my video, and then I can see you guys next time. Thanks for coming, you guys, and I will see you later. Bye. They're not driving me nuts. They're driving me nuts. Okay, let's keep going. That's not bad. Kind of proud of that one. Good job, Ellie. We're gonna go into the oh my god.